Later this week, Forge of Empire's Forge Friday sale will be starting. I know this video is rather early, there's a lot going on this week, but I wanted to give all of you an overview on what you can probably expect to see during the sale, so that if you want to buy anything, you can make informed decisions rather than just being blindsided. Honestly, I probably won't be spending any of my seed vault earned diamonds, but I do have to admit this year's Forge Friday is quite a bit more interesting than the old medals for diamonds offers we used to see for previous Black Friday sales. This year, the sale is split into two different shops in the item shop menu, but you'll also see a banner for it at the top left of your city, and it will run for 5 days. I'm not exactly sure when it'll start, but it'll most likely be Thursday or Friday. There wasn't an announcement for it on beta, it just showed up. On that note, know that all the prices and stuff that I show here could have changed, and if it has, I'll try to post a pinned comment with the updated info. I'm just running with the info from the sale on beta. Anyways, the primary section of the shop you open to is the Forge Friday shop, which involves real-world money. Each item costs some number of Forge Friday coins. You have to buy these coins for real money, and on beta you got one for every dollar you spent. In essence, this means that the coin costs you see are also the dollar costs. As you might expect, this means the items here are very expensive, up to $245 for a single crystal cascade. I'll show the whole list here, and you can see that many of them consist of some of the hard to get or the extremely limited buildings over the past while, such as calendar rewards or exclusive to the gold pass rewards. There are even the ascended kits for the settlement buildings or a whole ton of different allies. The important thing to note for this shop is that when you buy the coins, you do not get only the coins. You also get the same amount of diamonds you would normally get for an offer of the same amount. So for $5, you get the 250 diamonds you would normally get in addition to the 5 coins. Also, if you happen to have extra coins, there's the option to spend them buying diamonds, and make sure you do that if you do have any left over. If you buy diamonds exclusively with your Forge coins, it ends up being like a 60% diamond bonus for the $50 package. To me, the more interesting part of the Forge Friday sale is where you can buy stuff with diamonds. The Legacy Exchange has been taken over. That's the item shop where you normally collect an opal once a day and say a prayer to Bert that the buildings will someday change to something you want. Now, there are desirable buildings there, but they all cost diamonds. Do note that for the duration of the sale, you can still claim your daily opal, but you will not be able to spend it. Those slots will be gone until the end of the sale. Instead, you will see a selection of 10 items that changes every 4 hours. The first item always costs 4,440 diamonds, the next 3,000, and so on with different prices. For the first 3 slots, these are the items available. There are a few interesting ones in the most expensive slot, such as the Everblossom Fiore Village. The next slot has the Eco Utopia and Pirate King's Conquest Villa, which are the ascended versions of those buildings. Just don't spend diamonds on the Quantum Incursion stuff when you can buy way more in the Quantum Incursion shop with lunar coins for free. The final slot here has the Fjordstorm Harbor, which could be useful as it provides Emberfang totems. The next 3 slots cost 1,920, 1,410, and 1,050 diamonds respectively. There are some interesting things here, such as some strong ascended buildings and the Supreme Cider Mill. Each one of the Supreme Cider Mills gives 1,000 quantum actions capacity, and I believe they are the only non-ascended event building to do so. The current Battleground building does, but you can only have 2 of those at most. But I digress. The next 2 slots cost 810 and 360 diamonds respectively, with the absolute standout being the Ascended Octo Orb for 810 diamonds. For the cost, that's a decent price if you know how to use it. The other interesting ones here are the patches for the Breeze Mill. If you missed out on some of them in the fall event, this is probably the cheapest way to pick them up prior to the next fall event, which isn't for nearly another year. The next slot gives rare allies, where each costs 2,400 diamonds. Only these 3 are available for diamonds, the rest cost money in the Forge Friday shop. The final slot is dedicated only to avatars. There's an extremely wide selection available, and each costs 1,500 diamonds. With the help of some members on my Discord server, we were able to catalog 55 of them, but there could be even more than shown here. The numbers next to them are if you want to look them up on the fan wiki. The most interesting thing here is that even some of the previously unobtainable avatars may show up, including William Shakespeare and Marie Curie. They were meant for historical quest lines, but those never actually ran, so these could honestly be some of the rarest avatars in the game. That about wraps it up for the items available across both shops. It's quite a different step for the Black Friday deals, and I'm saying that with air quotes, that we usually see. I don't think I'll be spending any money or diamonds, but it is quite a bit more interesting than it used to be. Will you be picking anything up? Let me know in the comments or over on Discord. And as always, I'll see you all next time.